Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Career a Day segment where we're highlighting some in-demand jobs and then telling you how you can land one of those. So with me right now is Brandon Logan, the general manager of Sunset Mall here in San Angelo, and you're going to tell us how to become a general manager, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
Perfect. So let's just start with the beginning. What does a general manager do?
Well, it varies and depends on the position of general manager. That scales across many different landscapes when it comes to retail or construction or whatnot. But for me, being in the business that we do, I oversee the entire property from property line to property line. So that could be anything from leases to construction, operations, anything electrical, plumbing, everything that comes through, dealing with tenants, working with people, building relationships, working with the city, and trying to do our part to communicate well with everybody. So I'm kind of the liaison between this property and the rest of the community.
So you got to be a people person, right?
That's right. You try to.
Definitely. Well, okay, so if somebody wants to become a general manager one day, what does that path look like? How do they do that?
Well, I think that there's a lot to be said about proving what you're capable of doing. So I think if you find an area that you're really good at it, they're talented in, sometimes that marries well with an education as well. So I think the best thing that I can say is get in with an area that you like and work your way up, because the best way to earn the skills necessary to run the whole thing is to do the different aspects of each one of those jobs. So there's never anything I've asked someone to do that I haven't done myself, either in this current position or before. So I think it is one of those things where you don't just step right into it. You really have to prove yourself, earn skills, and influence others, and then that will naturally fall in your lap.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of, education, what does that look like? Do you have to have a certain degree? What's that like?
I think that varies depending on the organization which is doing the hiring. But I will say that over the last, I guess, several years, education's been very important for my family, and I know for a lot of family members it's important. I think that's twofold. I think education is half of the battle. I think showing that you can personally develop and finish school and get your MBA or whatever it is that you're going for. I think that's half the battle, but I think you marry that with experience, and that's what makes it whole. Yeah. So I think education is extremely important. I think it helps you, but only unless you've done the backup work to prove that you can do what you have on paper, that you can physically do it.
Right. So it might take some time to get there, and you got to do all aspects of everything you're asking people to do.
That's right. I encourage you to go to school and work, because that way you're getting both at the same time.
Definitely. So, okay, we got to talk about the salary and the salary range. What does that look like for a general manager?
Again, it varies depending on what market you're in, and it also depends on what kind of property you're responsible for. Is it one location? Is it multiple? But I think that most people, especially in the San Angelo area or in our market, I guess you would say, you could expect anywhere from 60, 70 all the way up over 100,000. Yeah. There's also bonus potentials that are out there depending on what you're in charge of, whether it's leasing or whether it's shrink, or there's lots of different things that you can do, safety bonuses. So I think that most general managers are going to say around 100,000 range would be a good spot to look at, and it goes up and down from there based on experience and what you're responsible for.
Right. Well, thank you so much for giving us all this insight. Is there any final thought or message that you'd like to share?
No, I would just basically say, everything is up to you. What you do with your path is up to you. Work hard, and if I could leave everybody with anything, I would say to me it's about influence. If you can have a positive influence around those around you, and you continue to expand that circle of influence, then it won't be you asking for the next job promotion. It'll be them telling them who needs it. And that's what I would leave you with. If you have a good impact on those around you, and it'll come.
Definitely. Great words of advice, Brandon. We sure appreciate you being here with us. And of course, you can always find out more information on the Concho Valley Workforce Solutions website and ours, ConchoValleyHomepage.com. That's all for this round of Career Day, but we'll see you next time.